Email marketing is still an incredibly important marketing channel because it's one that you own and one that you can control. It's an asset, right? It is not a marketing channel that you are renting. Super, super important. And if you want to maximize your return on investment with email marketing, it's really important to understand how people read email so that you can optimize your campaigns around how they're reading. I'm going to share 5 tips with you today. Hi, I am Tim Fitzpatrick with Rialto Marketing, where we believe if you want to you must remove your revenue roadblocks if you want to accelerate revenue growth. If accelerating revenue growth is something important to you, we can help. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. So several weeks ago, I went through an email marketing workshop, webinar, whatever you might want to call it, with Sharran Srivatsaa. If you've been following me for any length of time, I've mentioned Sharran multiple times. He's somebody that I respect. I love what he's doing. If you're not familiar with him, go check him out. But in this workshop, he shared these 5 key elements in how people are reading email. And I want to reshare this with you because I think they're simple, but they are commonly overlooked. Okay, and super simple stuff. So there's 5 of these, and these are in importance of priority. And as I go through these, you'll see why they're in this order. But the first one is that from section in the email inbox. Who is the email actually from? Why is this important? If people are not familiar with you, there is the likelihood that they're going to open the email starts to just drop off the face of the earth. So with this from section, how can you boost this so that they do become more familiar with you? One is email frequency. How often you are showing up in their inbox. The more you show up in their inbox, the more they're going to be familiar with you, right? The other thing that can boost your credibility here, right? Their familiarity with you is how much time they are spending with your brand, with your company, interacting with your content. The more time they are spending with your brand, the more comfortable, the more familiar they're going to be with you. So when they see who it's from, right? We want it to be as strong as possible. The stronger connection they have with you, the better. So that's that first section. If they're comfortable with it, who it's from, they're moving to the next important element, which is the subject line. That subject line, even if they're comfortable and familiar with you, if the subject line isn't enough to grab their attention, right, to break their thought process, right, you want to have a pattern interrupt there, then they're probably not going to open the email. That's why these first 2 are so important. They need to be familiar with who it's from. Then the subject line needs to be enough to grab their attention, their interest, build curiosity. If your subject line does that, then they're what are they going to do? They're going to open the actual email. And once they open the email, that gets to the first line. If the first line is not enough to continue to build that curiosity, they're not going to scroll down and read through the rest of the email. So that first line is critically important. That first line sets the stage for what to expect in the rest of the email. It's a hook, right? You might be making a claim, but you really need to grab their attention and interest and build on that curiosity from what you already did in the subject line. Okay, so we've got from, we've got the subject line, then it's that first line. Then the next thing is how your email is actually formatted. Is it scannable? We scan things now. Most of us do not take the time to read word for word. So our email messages need to be very scannable. It's totally okay to have white space. Headlines. line breaks, so that it's very easy for people to read. If they open your email and they see a wall of text, it's turning them off, putting them on the defensive, and they're like, gosh, I don't know, do I have time to go through all this? So we want to make sure our emails are scannable. Okay, like I said, it's okay to have line breaks. If you're using HTML formatting rather than plain text, you can have headers in there. You might bold things, but you want to make it easy to scan, easy to read. Don't have paragraphs of 4, 5, 6 different sentences combined. Keep these things short, 1, 2, maybe 3 sentences max. Then you're going to a line break. Okay, so make sure they're scannable. The last element is a missed opportunity for a lot of email marketing campaigns that I see on a consistent basis. And that's your PS line. The PS after after I end it, right? Best regards, best wishes, and I've got my signature line there. That PS line is a missed opportunity for so many people, and a great place for you to put another call to action to try and get people to engage with your email. So many people aren't using it, but it's a great way to make a lot more money with your campaigns and to engage people further with what you're doing. So take advantage of that PS section. I see people doing all kinds of things here. Sometimes PS might just be a short, 1, 2 sentences with an additional link or additional call to action there. Sometimes people what I see people, Russell Brunson talks about this as like a super signature, where it's, hey, if you're interested, when you're interested, here are 5 ways or 3 ways that we can help you do X. And they put multiple calls to action down at the bottom. You test things, figure out what's going to work for you, but that PS section is such an important section, and it's so commonly overlooked. Add a PS section there. So let me run through these with you one more time. These 5 elements in understanding how people read email so that you can optimize the format of your emails. The from section, super important. They need to be familiar with it and comfortable with it, right? They need to trust you. The subject line needs to build curiosity, be a pattern interrupt. The first line in the email needs to continue from that subject line and, continue to build that curiosity and get people to want to continue to read down the page, make them scannable, and then your PS section. Super, super important. So I hope you found this helpful. I know this was a super short episode, but really simple elements that I know if you keep these in mind as you're creating your email marketing campaigns, it's going to help build your success and build upon your success. If you need help with this or any other marketing roadblock that you might have, head on over to rialtomarketing.com, book a free GPS call with me. I would be happy to talk to you, help guide you, and give you some direction on where you should head based on where you are and where you want to get to. The other great tool that we have for you is over at revenueroadblockscorecard.com. Over there, you can get visibility to your revenue roadblocks. The scorecard takes less than 5 minutes to complete, and you'll get a personalized report so that you can get access to identify which of the 9 revenue roadblocks are getting in the way of your business growth. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Till next time, tune in.